Hello and welcome back to Drawing with Mrs. Mills. So I thought today we'd get right back into drawing the arm. And I've been thinking a lot about the best way to show you how to draw the arm because it's can be a little complicated and I don't want to get too much into the anatomy, although the anatomy is interesting and you're welcome to do some research on your own about the bones and the musculature. It's all great stuff. But I really want to give you a simplified way to draw the arm. So what I'm going to do is start with our head. So we're just going to look at that upper body today, and I'm going to break that down 1, 2, 3, 4, a little big there. I'm not using a ruler, so my measurements aren't perfect. But I just want to give you some quick sort of ideas for how to break down the arm simply. So starting with our head, and let's put in some shoulders. Remember, the shoulders were about the width of the head. And a torso here. So the arm. One of the first things you'll notice is this shape coming down, like this. Sort of flat and then longer here. That's the deltoid muscle, gives it that shape. And then it's going to taper down into about where the elbow is. So there's your elbow, the interior of the elbow. And then that shape comes out and sort of rounded and down. And this is a longer curve, it's a gentler curve. Whereas this one has sort of a S shape like this. On the interior side, it's a longer curve and into the hand. So your hand should be hitting at about 4.5 heads. 1, 2, 3, 4.5. So yep, the end of your hand should hit at about 4.5 heads. So 1, 2, 3, 4.5. And there's the end of the arm. So I'm trying to just give you a really simple, almost like outline of what the arm looks like. And then it comes into the hand. And of course, your hand can be pronated or supinated, so that thumb can go in or that thumb can go out. And we'll talk more about that when we draw the hand. But this basic outline shape, so this sort of flat angle coming out, tapering in to the elbow, and then out and down to the wrist. That is your basic arm shape. And you'll notice again that interior line is more fluid and that exterior line has more shape. And of course, if there's more muscle on your figure, that's going to look different too. So I know this is a little bit awkward of a drawing, but it starts to give you the idea of the shapes of the arm. And of course, you know, your arm might be, it might be bent with an elbow coming in like this, coming in from the shoulder. There's a lot of different positions that the arm can be in, and that's one of the reasons that this is so challenging. So again, you would be well served to look up some different poses and look at different shapes the arm makes. That was a kind of a bad drawing, but we're just trying to give you the idea how you can sort of look at this shape versus this shape. So you can kind of do, you know, kind of base it out like that. This is a little bit bigger oval, this is a little bit smaller. So if you are just practicing drawing arms, you can kind of work more simply like that without having quite as much anatomy. But just knowing the basic idea is really good. And just practicing, this is again where you can do your croquis, you can look at dancers, look at their arms, and practice these shapes on your own. And again, I'm going to show you more with the hands in a later video. But for today, I think that's enough. I hope that was helpful, and I hope that you practice drawing some arms. If you can find an anatomy book, check out the muscles and the bones underneath. It's really interesting and will really help you. And maybe tomorrow we'll look at some arms in a pose and we'll do another drawing and just do some practice. So thanks so much for drawing with me, and I hope that you are having a fantastic day, and keep drawing. Thanks for drawing with Mrs. Mills. Bye-bye.